Yo, welcome back to another Den Den Boys video. My name's Garth.
Vaughan.
And together we are the Den Den Boys. For the last time, probably in Vaughan's games room. He's getting ready to pack up and move to a new place. So we had a nice little sesh to send it off in style.
Yes, 14 years of memories of gaming, of sessions, of late nights.
Yeah, for sure. Been plenty of beers. Yeah. But today's video, what we're going to do, our best of 2022. So these are the games that we played in 2022, not necessarily from 2022. They were just our favourites for the year. So we're going to introduce each game, do a little bit of a description of why we liked it, and yeah, hope you enjoy. So I'll get started. Now, this one's a bit of a tricky one. I've actually got, this is the Cowabunga collection, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. But I'd actually like to give a shout out to the Shredder's Revenge. I'm waiting for my limited run copy to arrive. Dotemu knocked it out of the park. It was everything that the Turtles franchise was, and they added their own little flavour to it, and it was 10 out of 10 perfection if you're a Turtles fan.
Takes you back to the arcade roots of the 90s.
Oh, 100%.
And beyond.
Yeah. So Turtles Shredder's Revenge is my first game of 2022. What's yours, dude?
Okay, so first game for me, I'm going to go with Super Tempo for the Japanese Sega Saturn.
A recent entry.
Recent entry. We played this last sesh in Queensland at Garth's, and yeah, it's just a beautiful 2D platformer. I've wanted it for a long time. It's usually pretty expensive, but I finally took the plunge and it didn't disappoint. And yeah, check out our video.
Yeah, it is up. We did do a video recently for Super Tempo.
Yeah, so
it's a really good time we had with that one.
One of my favourites of 2022.
Absolutely. This one is an older game for the DS. This is 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. And I picked this up at an op shop. Not an op shop, sorry, a pawnbroker, and yeah, put a bit of time into it. It's not a long game, it only took me a weekend to clock. It's a puzzle, point and click puzzle, murder mystery kind of thing. You're all trapped on this boat, and you're all trying to get off, but you've got to solve the mystery by getting out of each one of the rooms that you're trapped in. Hence 9 doors, 9 people, 9 hours to complete the thing. It's a really great point and click adventure, and I had a lot of fun with it, so that's my choice.
Okay, next I've gone with a game called Eastward.
I don't know anything about this one.
Nintendo Switch. Yeah, this is like an indie developed sort of, feels a bit like Earthbound or Mother, meets Zelda.
That's a cool combo.
Yeah, I played it digitally first, and it got a physical release. Incredible soundtrack from a small dev team. Yeah, Eastward. Yeah, one of my favourites from 2022.
Nice, dude. For me, I've got the Namco Museum. This is volume 5. The reason I picked this one is I clocked The Legend of Valkyrie, which is a very, very good PC Engine game, obviously made by Namco, but this has the full English version on it, and for the first time I played through it, only a couple of hours. It's not a very long game, but really enjoyed it and had a great time with it, so yeah, that's why I'm picking that one. Namco Museum Volume 5.
Okay, my next title is Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yeah, I didn't play this one.
Yeah, it came out earlier this year. I was sort of scratching my head and I was like, yeah, I played that at the start of this year. And yeah, it takes Kirby into the third dimension, a bit like Super Mario Odyssey. You can sort of control cars and drive around and stuff. But yeah, really great entry in the series. It sold bucket loads.
Yeah, it did do well actually. My next one is for the PS3, Minna No Golf 6, or Everybody's Golf 6. Now this was actually the PSP port.
Yeah.
Japan only. You put me onto this.
Yeah, the Vita game.
The Vita, sorry, not the PSP. Yeah. The Vita game, which I was a massive fan of, and then didn't realise that it got a PS3 port.
Yeah, only
you put me onto it. Only in Japan. Tracked it down and went back and relived all the great times I had with it. They did change some of the trophies and they did change some of the challenges. So it sort of breathed a bit of new life into it. But yeah, that was definitely a game of the year for me. I played a lot of Minna No Golf this year.
Next, I have not one but 2 copies of Pocky and
stole
Rocky.
my idea. That was in mine.
Pocky and Rocky Reshrine.
That was in my pile.
Which is similar.
Yeah. I got the limited run version.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously big fans of the series from the Super Nintendo days.
We've played a lot of
Pocky and Rocky, and it finally got the sort of remake, remaster it deserves, and it did not disappoint.
Oh, they
culture.
nailed it.
Yeah,
Bit like Shredder's
yeah.
Revenge.
Yeah.
Pocky and Rocky's exactly the same. They took everything we loved about the series and then added their own little tweaks to it, and
Yeah.
just 10 out of 10. Perfection.
Absolutely.
Great choice.
Go and get it.
This one was a very early 2022 game for me. This is Shocks on the PS2. Now, technically, I started playing this in 2021, very end of 2021, but I clocked it in very early 2022, so I just scraped in for my 2022 games. Made by EA Big, same guys that made SSX Tricky, and it has that SSX Tricky kind of vibe, but they've added it to rally sports. The time trial, time attack nature of the game, and the challenge of getting the platinum medals for each one of the tracks, and then unlocking the master mode. It's a great racer. It's super cheap. If you can get your hands on a copy, I suggest you go out and play it. You won't be disappointed. Shocks is an amazing racing game. One of the best racing games I've ever played. So that's my choice.
And next, I have
Big ones.
Shinrei Jusatsushi Taramaru for the Japanese Sega Saturn.
5 times fast.
Yeah, or Psychic Killer Taramaru. So yeah, it's a Japan only Sega Saturn import. It's essentially the reason it's in its own sort of special case with foam padding is that it's literally the holy grail of Saturn collecting. A copy came up at half the going price in Australia, so I jumped on it, and yeah, we beat it several times this year. Check out the Den Den Boys video.
Yeah, we did a video for that one.
It's actually it's expensive, but it's actually a very good game.
Surprisingly good.
Arcade, sort of fun, unique, and yeah, high pedigree. So yes, Shinrei Jusatsushi Taramaru.
Yeah, well done. Mine was an unexpected hit for this year. Was Live Alive for the Switch. Again, a JRPG that got re-released with a new lick of paint and some bells and whistles for the Switch version. You basically play as, it's 8 different characters, and each have their own different storyline and mini little RPGs in the one big RPG. So I really got stuck into each character, and it didn't take me long to beat. It's a great game for a weekend. Live Alive for the Switch. Very good. Go the big one. Go the big one. I've got that in my pile as well.
All right, probably game
Yeah.
we both need to talk about together. Elden Ring.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. This is our game of the year.
Yeah.
100%. Like nothing tops this for 2022.
From Software masterpiece takes the Dark Souls formula and turns it into sort of the Zelda Breath of the Wild sort of open world sandbox ultimate sort of styles. What can you say that hasn't been said about this masterpiece?
The thing I loved about it was perfection out of the box. No day one patches, no updates, things like that. It was put in the machine. Here's 200 plus hours of gameplay, straight out of the box perfection. From Software don't miss. They know how to make a game, and so it's clearly game of the year. One game of the year this year at all the Game Awards, deservedly so.
Culmination of 30 years of development from those guys since the PS1 days right up to the PS5.
All right, last two. Wrap it up. We had Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. So this was the re-release again, another re-release of an old classic. It came out end of 2021, but we played a lot of it at early 2022. So, I mean, like the other two we've already talked about, a perfect remake and tons of fun. They nailed the Alex Kidd mechanics, and we had a great time with this. So yeah, Alex Kidd had to go in there. And my last one, which is one you put a little bit of time into, but not a lot, was Catherine Full Body. This is one of those games that was in my pile of shame, and at the beginning of the year I said I had to play it, and I did. I got myself a cheap copy, see what all the hype was about, and I really dug it. The storyline is obviously very kooky in Japanese, but the actual gameplay of the climbing the blocks, sort of anti-Tetris style, it was super addictive, and I found it quite challenging, but pushing through the challenges, I really enjoyed my playthrough of Catherine Full Body. So that's my last pick for 2022.
And a couple of special mentions for me.
Oh, some digital games.
Some digital games. So Mario Kart 8 on the Switch
Still playing that?
received a shit
How
ton
can you
of
still be playing it?
DLC. So the DLC tracks, which have almost doubled the length of the game, came out all throughout the year. They're going to come out all throughout 2023. All the classics, all the nostalgia. So my family and myself playing a lot of Mario Kart 8.
The person holding the camera right now played a ton of Mario Kart 8.
Thanks
She's
to
nodding.
the DLC.
Yeah.
And the only other big digital one for me was the Easy Come Easy Golf.
Oh yeah,
Clap
I
hands
played a little bit of
golf.
that on the Apple, but I didn't put much time into it. I loved it.
Yeah. It came out on the iPhone, but then it stealth dropped onto the Switch kind of later this year, and button controls sort of for the win. So yeah, it's clap hands, easy come, easy golf. That's me.
There you go.
22.
It's a big year, it's been a great year. Good gaming, retro and new stuff. Lots of great games in that collection. Excited to see what 2023 is going to bring. If anything can top Elden Ring, I'll be surprised because it was outstanding. So yeah, there you go. There's our games of 2022. In terms of the channel, thanks again for watching. Do all that great YouTube stuff. Like, share, comment. We love to see what your games of the year of 2022 are. And then in terms of videos, I've also put up my Games Room tour for 2022. Go check that out on the channel, and then maybe in 2023 we'll have Vaughn's Game Room tour for 2023's new Games Room.
My third one in 20 years.
Yeah, there you go. But until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you another time for a Dan and Boys video.
Happy New Year.
Peace.